good in the long run.
Yeah. Welcome back to the show. Hopefully you guys had a good 24 hours.
Solid recap for 24 hours.
Solid recap for 24 hours. It poured rain here.
It did. That's all I got. That's all that happened.
Straight up. I was like this close to finishing my day. I had one appointment left. Yeah, I got rained on.
Nice.
Legitimately got poured on. And somehow people just didn't notice it was pouring rain outside. It poured. Did it pour here?
No, not really.
It poured rain. But anyway.
Yeah, no, it was raining a decent bit, and as I was driving home, there was a guy mowing lawn.
The crazy thing is, it's been like 80 to 90 degrees.
Yeah, and sunny.
And today it was
cloudy,
like 60.
And today it's 60.
No, I don't even know if it
rainy.
actually hit 60. It was like 50.
Let's take a good old look at the old weather.
Take a good old look.
As soon as I find my weather service. There it is. Weather service. What is it?
51.
51 degrees.
Yeah, so...
And cloudy.
Like half the weather.
High of 63.
And the wind. The wind was kind of rough. I was outside with Jerry today, flying her like a kite, and she got kind of wind
Apparently
tossed.
there's a hailstorm going through Virginia.
You know, I saw some lady videotaped a tornado or something out of her backyard. Yeah. I think it was Virginia yesterday.
Virginia's having all kinds of stuff, man.
Yeah. So, speaking of tornadoes in Virginia, what day is it?
What day is it? Well, I don't know if I can
tie that one in.
Segue to that, but you know what we can stitch it together with? We can stitch it together with some tape, because today is cellophane tape day. Cellophane tape.
Cellophane.
Cell phone tape.
Cell phone tape.
Cell phone tape.
Cell phone tape.
Like you pull the strip, write down the phone number, release it, goes back in, and it rings up your friends.
Rings it up there. Cellophane tape day.
Cellophane tape, which apparently is
just clear tape.
Yeah, and it was invented in the early 1920s.
Cellophane, Mr. Cellophane.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Watch out, that'll be a song somewhere that gets you caught.
I just remember that song. When I was in school, some guy did that. Actually won first place the way he did it in the competition, and just about the guy that everybody sees through. You know, he's just ignorable.
There's interest now. These aren't my personal preference.
Okay.
These are actually, I hate these.
Oh, okay.
So it is National Grape Popsicle Day.
I really don't like grape.
I don't like artificial grape flavoring.
Don't like artificial grape.
I think it's garbage.
Yeah, maybe skip to something we do like.
Gray Day. Today's National Gray Day.
Wow, it's like our show colors. In between red, white, and black.
Well, unfortunately, not that kind of gray. It's Gray Day is National Brain Cancer Awareness Day.
Oh, gray matter.
Yes, gray matter.
Well, you scored super high on your IQ test.
I did.
And I have gray matter, so...
Woohoo! Sick.
Yeah.
All right.
Me intelligent.
Something like that. You know, we hope and pray every day.
Yeah. I'm singularly focused most of the time. I'm not always the best at multitasking. I think I have a pretty good grasp on a lot of different things. You know what I mean? You have like the people who are super intelligent or have like a lot of knowledge about like a very small subject.
Yeah.
And I think that I'm more like I have a small amount of knowledge on a very large amount of subjects.
I think it's easy. It's better to be that way than it is on just one.
Yeah. Unlike some people who are like, I can talk to you everything there is about the heart because I'm a heart doctor, and they don't know anything about
It's like, hey, so what's connected to the heart? Oh, this is all right. Can you tell me about that? No.
No. No.
Couldn't.
No.
Sorry.
Hey, I sprained my ankle. Can you tell me what to do? It's like a Walmart employee, not my department.
Exactly. So it's something I have a personal issue with and have had for the past week and a half. It is National Sunscreen Protection Day. because my sunscreen did not protect me so well.
Oh, okay. Okay. We are, let's see, there was no sun when I was coming back. I didn't even have my sunglasses on. It was pretty much cloudy here all day today on Sunscreen Protection Day. So maybe other parts of the world out there
Not
celebrate
Virginia.
it. Celebrate it by slapping on some sunscreen and go running around outside being like, woohoo.
They make pocket-sized sunscreen. Did you know?
Pocket size?
Pocket-sized. They make tiny little, like, one-time use pocket-sized sunscreen.
Yeah. Welcome to the show, Discoursed.
Which I didn't know. Who would have thought? Who's walking around with those?
I wouldn't, because you know what's going to happen? You're going to sit down, it's going to go all over the place.
Exactly, that's my point. You make one wrong move, too much pressure on the sunscreen in your pocket, all of a sudden, you've got a white mess in your pocket.
I've had sunscreen that I used to keep in my car, whatever, and if it gets too hot, the top pops off and it kind of goes all over the place. The spray on sunscreen is kind of nice, I guess, if you're using a travel-y type thing that way. But, yeah, just don't get skin cancer.
Or brain cancer, national grade.
I know several people have gone through skin cancer. It's not something you want to do, so definitely wear sunscreen. Definitely.
Yeah. And to round it all off, nice solid nothing to fear day.
Nothing to fear.
Nothing to fear.
Nothing to fear except for fear itself.
Nope, doesn't exist on this day. Just nothing to fear at all.
So there is an actual statistic. It's like in the high 90s. Okay, I guess 85%. 85% of everything that we fear and worry about never happens.
That's why I just... See, the reason I don't fear or worry about things because it's just way too much energy.
85%, and yeah, and you get all like bent out of shape about it.
Yeah, that's my point.
And actually, worry and fear like can cause physical manifestations of all kinds of things in your body, from tumors to headaches to achy loss of sleep.
Funnily enough,
Funnily.
You were 100% correct.
Woohoo! About?
May 27th was chosen as the day of nothing to fear because it was on this date in 1941 that President Franklin Delano Roosevelt gave a speech where he said, "We must not be defeated by the fear of the very danger which we are preparing to resist. Our freedom has shown its ability to survive war, but our freedom would never survive surrender. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself."
FDR, baby, and Digi. This
Franklin Digi Roosevelt.
Franklin Digi Roosevelt. This show was sponsored by, or this No Fear segment of our show was sponsored by FDR and Digi.
I love this nice little segment they put at the end. He referenced his famous line, "The only thing we have to fear is fear itself," which appeared in his first inaugural address in 1933. Just over 6 months after giving this nothing to fear address, the United States will be drawn into World War II after the bombing of Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
Just 6 months.
That was a quick one, though. Yeah. Yeah. So, cool.
Yeah, no, I mean, just 6 months later, and then it was over pretty fast once America got in the fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
We just wanted to go home, so we wiped part of Japan. And then went home.
We tend to do that, but we do appreciate all the anime that Japan has gotten out of it, and
not all of it.
Well, not all of it, but we also appreciate a lot of the other stuff that comes from there.
I appreciate a solid about 2% of what Japan produces.
So, great way to start the day. Yeah,
Japan makes a lot of stuff.
So I was at Starbucks. I was just telling somebody this. I was at Starbucks for the second time today, and I was driving through the drive-thru, and this was before I got rained on, and I was waiting for my drink, and the dude says to me, "How you doing? How's your day?" And I was like, "It's really good." And he goes, "Wow, really good." Not just good, just like really good. I was
Just
like,
like, dude, don't make me analyze my day.
Yeah.
It's really good.
So he goes, so did your day start out good and something happened to make it really good, or do you just start out really good? And I was like, yeah, I try to start out really good and then, you know.
It's like, no, I started out
Hold on to it.
excellent. I've actually gone down a
It
bit.
feels like sometimes life conspires against you to bring that level down. Right after I told him really good, I got my Starbucks and I went and then got rained on.
But did you have your Starbucks?
You know, and I don't know if it was really, if anything changed. I still think it was really good. I ended my day a little bit early, you know, and yes.
Then you're still really good. Less work. You got Starbucks. And you get to be here doing the show.
Still got paid, and I get to go back and, you know, spend some time driving around.
Yeah.
No big deal. You know what I mean? So, matter of perspective. So, I guess we can get right into the good news.
Yeah.
This will be kind of nice for some people. So, someone sent me a message saying, hey, did you know about this? And I looked for it, couldn't find it, although I found
Couldn't find it.
similar stories. And then I think it was so new that, like, when I looked it up, it was too new that I couldn't find it on.
Too new.
It was too new that even Google didn't know.
Google didn't know yet.
Google didn't know yet.
Must not happen in America.
Yeah. Yeah, either. So it did happen in America. But anyway,
Must not happen in good America.
in the good part, in the part of America where news travels.
It must not happen in Good Morning America. Google doesn't know.
So this woman tossed out $1 million winning lottery ticket.
Why?
Threw it away.
Why?
She was one of those people that was like, ow, and then scratch off. I lost. You know what I mean? You're so used to, I guess people buy it. You probably don't win that often. She's like,
No. So here's the thought I was having. So you know how a lot of lottery cards, some of them, it's like half the card you got to scrape off, right?
yeah.
You got like a chisel.
Uh-huh.
Do you think if you mounted the card, you could just chisel the card away and scratch off all the
I
stuff?
had like a gift card that you scratch the stuff
Yeah.
off the back, and I scratched it so hard that it scratched through the numbers.
Yeah, scratch the numbers sometimes.
Messed up my gift card.
Yep.
I couldn't get anything out of it. So this really happened to somebody that I know. They did one of those 50-50 raffles.
Yeah.
Okay, at a race, like racing cars or whatever.
All
Some
right.
race they went to. There's a scratch off, a 50-50 lottery, 50-50 raffle. I'll get this right eventually.
Something.
Anyway, some people were visiting from out of state with this family that I was with, and they were in the bathroom when they announced the raffle ticket numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So the guy says, hey, on a text message, what was the number?
Yeah.
And one of the kids, you know the phone number, 588-2300?
Yeah, 588-232.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the kid, as a joke, was like 588-2300, ha ha ha, you know, thinking
Yeah.
that they would get it. Everybody knows Empire. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So the people aren't from here,
Yeah.
didn't recognize the number, threw their tickets away. No one claimed the $80,000 in cash they would have won.
So
That
you
night.
mean to tell me that a kid cost them $80,000?
Yes.
Their kid.
In cash.
Their kid cost them $80,000.
In
Did
George
they-
Washington.
Did they ever learn this?
I'm pretty sure if I was joking around with somebody, messed that up for them, and then found out that no one claimed the cash for that night, I don't think I would have been like, you know what, But this store owner did the right thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you ever daydreamed about getting a lot of cash?
No.
You've never.
No, not really.
I have secretly fantasized about what I would do if I had like $1 million in the bank right now. I know exactly how I would spend it.
Yeah, I know. You talk about this a lot whenever anything regarding a ton of money comes on the show.
I have a plan. There is a plan. So anyway, if you won $1 million and tossed it out, what if you if you knew it?
If I
right?
knew it.
Like these people knew that they lost $80,000 in cash. This lady tossed it out, had no idea she won. No idea won. Waking nightmare that waking nightmare happened to Massachusetts Lee Rose Fiega. Unluckily, the kind store owner where she bought Luckily, the kind store owners where she bought the ticket let her know her mistake. It was back in March, and this is the hard part for me to swallow, okay? It was back in March that Fiega spent $30.
First off, who spends $30 on a scratch
$30 on a scratch off
one singular
Diamond
ticket.
Millions ticket.
30 bucks.
Yes, $30. $30.
But like around here, like the most you've spent is $5 for a ticket that wins millions
That's
of dollars.
like 3 meals at any fast food restaurant you want.
I'd rather spend the $30 on the ticket, I think.
$30. Okay, for a Diamond Millions ticket from Lucky Stop in Southwick, she says, I was in a hurry on lunch break and just scratched it real quick, looked at it, and it didn't look like a winner, so I handed it over to them to throw away, she told the Associated Press. For 10 days.
10 days.
The ticket simply lay there behind the counter. Mm-hmm. Do you keep track? Oh, yeah, I am. I was going to say, I've seen empty water bottles in your room.
I keep track of my water bottles.
Yeah. Just in case one of those water bottles is a winning ticket.
No, what I'm going to do is I'm going to melt down the plastic, and I'm going to make a fully working car out of plastic.
Okay. So the 10 days it laid behind the counter, they just laid it there, right?
Yep.
One evening, I was going through the tickets from the trash and found out that she didn't scratch the number. She didn't scratch off the whole thing.
Yeah.
So this guy, his name is Abi Shah, and he's the son of the store's owners. He told WWLP TV, I scratched the number and it was $1 million underneath the ticket.
$1 million.
1 million. Boom. 1 million.
1 million smackaroos.
1 million. Okay. We had mixed emotions, Shah told the Washington Post. We didn't sleep for 2 nights, but I don't know what happened. My inner soul told me that's not right. You know that person. You know who that person is. You should give that ticket back to them. And that's exactly what he did. Fiega works near the convenience store where she got her ticket, so Shah went over there. She probably walks in often. It's like, I'll get another $30 scratch off. If you get like one $30 ticket a week times 52 weeks, do you know how much money that is?
No, that's way too much, man.
30 times 100 would be 3,000 divided in half for 50 would be about $1,500 a year.
Yeah.
Ish. I'm rounding. I'm rounding. That's the new math.
Yeah, give or take.
Okay. $1,500. Okay. She works near this convenience store.
Yeah, it's like $1,560. It's like $1,560 or so, give or take.
Yeah. So Shah went over to where she works. He told her his mom and dad would like to see her. So she went over to the store where she got the news. She couldn't believe what she was hearing. She cried, and then she hugged the entire family. Yeah. So now here's the backstory, I guess, a little bit. Fiega nearly died of COVID in January.
I legitimately thought that it was talking. So I glanced at that and I read that. I didn't read the COVID part. I thought it was going to say that Fiega was one of the store owners and that the lady hugged him so hard that she nearly killed him.
Okay. Don't read ahead there. No, the lady who won. Oh, you know what? Here's her picture. Let me put this up here. There's the winning lady.
That's
there.
the lady.
Okay, yeah, that's her. So she almost died in January. Bad news, right?
Yeah.
She's working, so obviously that's bad news for most people. Not necessarily everybody, but... So winning the lottery has truly been the very rich icing on the cake of what's been a difficult year for her.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been difficult for a lot of people, but having $1 million is kind of like one of those things that, changes things, when you're going through a bunch of...
Yeah, no, that's interesting.
I would think that most everybody, if you had $1 million, even if they tax half of it, you get $500,000.
Yeah.
Most people don't have... I mean, if you had $500,000, all of your problems would go away. I would think the majority of people's problems are money-based, and $500,000 would take care of almost every problem everybody
Probably.
has. Yeah. So it'd be a good start. So anyway... The Diamond Millions store will get $10,000 from the Massachusetts State Lottery Commission for selling the ticket, and Fiega happily gave the family an additional reward. The rest, she says, she'll save her retirement.
Sick.
Yep.
I'm going to save this for my retirement. She walks in. I'm retiring.
I'm saving this for my retirement when I retire tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm saying this for my retirement. Oh, when are you thinking of retiring?
Next week.
14 hours from now.
When am I retiring? Oh, here's my resignation papers.
Yeah.
I know $1 million doesn't really go a long way, but especially once you get taxed. But
Not if you're, well, it does if you're Trump.
roll it over to an IRA or something, or tie it up in some kind of
Dude,
tax shelter.
like interest stuff, like you roll that up into something that just generates compound interest.
Yeah, most interests, actually bank interests are less than like 0.5%.
Oh yeah, no, they are. They're
if you can tie
really,
it up in
really
something.
small.
Probably what I would do is buy like 5 houses. If I had $1 million, I'd buy 5 houses.
Buy 5 houses, then just rent them.
Buy 5 houses, rent them. You get $1,000 a month for each of them. That's about $5,000 a month.
Yeah, it's $5,000 a month, 12 weeks.
Yeah,
So that's $60,000 a year on top of whatever you're already making.
yeah, and you don't have to pay on the houses or mortgages because you already own them.
Yeah, because
So,
you paid in full.
Yeah, you're pretty good. That would be a good income. So it'd be a good retirement.
Yeah.
That's my recommendation for you. That is my free advice. It is not. Has not been approved by the FDA or Twitch or anybody else, but FDR approves this message.
FDR is no
FDR
fear day. We are not fearing Twitch today. We're not fearing the Twitch rules
So-
and regulations.
My next article is actually pretty cool. I actually saw the video. I would put it up. It really doesn't do it any justice unless you're hearing the sound because it's a body cam.
Yeah.
But this cop lifts a car to save a woman who's stuck underneath it. Did you see this video?
No.
Okay, it's amazing. Let me just read the story. So, a Virginia cop has been praised as a hero after a video was released showing him single-handedly pulling a crashed car off of a woman who was pinned to the ground. And this isn't the first time he's been praised for his bravery.
First off,
Yes.
he lifted a car.
Yes.
A whole car.
Yes.
Which weighs, any car I'd say weighs probably
Yes.
roughly a ton in
Yes.
itself.
And it's this white car. You see
Yeah.
it on its side. I'll put a link in here. You just, I
And
could
he
show it. It
knows
just,
he's actually just straight up a physics major. He knows exactly how to do it.
but the body cam, it goes up against the car. You can't see
Yeah.
anything. You hear him. But anyway, so the driver was laying underneath the vehicle with her head pinned by the sunroof. The sheriff's office statement read, "Seeing the trauma her child was witnessing, Deputy J. Holt went into overdrive."
Could you imagine? It's like some action movie thing. He just charges and just body checks
Yeah.
the car across
Well,
the
you
street.
gotta be careful because if you lift it up and then you come back down, you're gonna
Yeah.
crush the lady.
That's
Yeah.
the thing.
So in body cam footage, Holt is heard straining as he attempts to lift the vehicle. At first, he's saying he can't move the car, and then the miraculous happens. Through sheer will and determination, due to fearing the female may succumb to her circumstance in front of her panic-stricken child, Deputy J. Holt took quick action and was able to physically lift the vehicle up enough for the driver to maneuver her head out to safety, the police statement explained. Only 3 months ago, now here's what happened. 3 months ago, after saving the lives of 2 people from a burning house, Holt was given the Top Cop Award for the regions of Virginia that he serves.
Top Cop Award.
Top Cop.
That's it. Top Cop.
Top
New
Cop.
sitcom coming Friday.
So,
Top Cop.
so saves 2 people from a burning house,
Mm-hmm.
lifts a car. This guy was meant to be a first responder.
And now there's tornadoes and hailstorms crashing across Virginia.
So this isn't part of my.
He's going to go fight a tornado.
This isn't part of my. I don't have any article on it, but do you know, like, a staggering number of actual real life heroes are news cameramen
Yeah, because cameraman.
because they're
They're
on the
always
scene.
there.
And a lot of the times there's story after story after story where they put down the camera because you want to film it. You want to get all
Yeah.
the stuff. They'll actually put down their camera, lose the story to go drag a body out of
Yeah.
a burning car or something like that. So anyway, super praise there to the Top Cop. And here is a video. I'll put a link in. Let's see here. I don't think that... I'll just show it real quick, but you can't really see.
You can't tell.
Yeah, we'll wait till this commercial passes.
Lovely ads.
Yeah,
It looks like Twitch.
Looks like Twitch. So here is one, and
there you
here we go. So there he is. He's got his. You see him pull.
He's driving.
Yeah, and they all wear their cam. You know,
Yeah,
he jumps out. You can see like a person coming out of the car here.
He's running over.
Yeah, freaking out, and the car's upside down there. She's pinned. He can see she's pinned. And this is where it blacks out. She's trapped. So there's the kid.
Yeah.
So he pushes against the car, and that's when you kind of lose most of the video.
Well, of course.
Because it's on his body. But, right about there. Anyway, that's where he's grunting. You see the video static goes out, but yeah, lifts it off.
You just hear crunching metal.
Saves her life.
He's just pushing so hard the metal starts crunching in, caving in his hands.
Yeah. Deputy J. Oxman!
Yeah, exactly. You won't like me while I'm saving lives.
So, anyway, my next article is about somebody else who's done better than the cop.
Better than the cop.
Better than the cop.
So this person has done better than saving 2 burning people from a building and lifting a whole car.
Okay, I'll let you decide this.
All right.
He's a shepherd.
Okay.
Do you know any shepherds?
I actually think I might.
I think I know one, and I haven't seen him in quite a while. But actually, shepherd sheep, like actual.
Actually, yeah, no. There was a kid who went to our school for about 3 months. His name was Derek, and his family is all shepherds.
So anyway, this guy looks like this.
Yeah.
There he is.
He's in a cave.
He is. So being in the right place at the right time can mean the difference between life and death. When a freak ice storm felled runners in a 100-kilometer cross-country race in China's northwestern Gansu province, a shepherd named Zhu Kemming braved the elements to pull 3 men and 3 women to safety.
All right.
So he beats the cop. Sorry, Mr. Officer.
I don't know, because that's just moving people. It's not moving a car.
Well, here it is. The day the race began with mild temperatures, Zhu was tending his flock as usual. Then, in the space of a few moments, everything changed. The temperatures plummeted, and freezing sleet and hail began to pound the terrain. Zhu took shelter in a small cave he'd been using for years to store emergency supplies.
Yeah,
Thus the cave.
Yeah, now the Chinese government knows about it.
So, this guy's a man after my own heart. He has a bunker.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a bunker anymore because now the Chinese government knows about it.
But you have a bunker for just this moment. See, This is why everybody needs a bunker. I need a bunker.
Yeah.
You know what? We're going to dig one right underneath where we're at. Dig a bunker. As soon as
through the solid stone flooring.
Yeah. So anyway, it was from this vantage point, Zhu noticed one of the runners in obvious distress. The man appeared immobilized, disoriented, and in pain. Zhu brought the man back to the cave to warm him up. After lighting a fire, Zhu returned to the mountainside, shepherding 5 additional runners to the cave. There's little doubt he saved their lives. Unprepared for the abrupt shift in the weather, most racers were outfitted in lightweight clothing that was no match for the frigid temperatures. While Zhu is being lauded as a hero in his homeland, the humble shepherd doesn't see the reason for all the fuss. He said he's just an ordinary person who did a very ordinary thing. I'm just an ordinary person with my own private cave full of supplies that I can take shelter from any storm. Yeah, yes. This guy, honestly, truly, now I could be wrong, but this probably was a real man cave. Shut up. This was to get away from the ladies. Just shut up. He's got a sheep. He's out away from the women with his sheep. So the athletes whose lives he saved, their families, and pretty much everyone else who hears the story likely disagreed. Being in the right place at the right time and having the courage to do the right thing can be extraordinary indeed. So It was pretty good, and I can tell you more about the story that I edited
Yeah?
out. That I edited out for later. We keep this all good news here. So great.
He's got a Target basket
Yeah,
in the
it's got
bottom
like
left.
a little.
He's got like a. Is that a Target basket made of metal? I don't think we have plastic ones, so I don't think they'll bend like
It
that.
actually looks like a Target basket. Extra shoes, water bottles, got
Are
like
those
some
Pop Tarts?
bedding there,
He's got a bunch
Yeah.
of instant ramen.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I tried to put the cop first, and then get the guy that saved even more lives after that. So we'll see. Now
Just
it's a
because he
race.
saved more lives doesn't make him better than the cop.
I'm going to let the cop know that the Chinese guy is outdone him, and see if he can step up his game.
Yeah, but
a
you know
little
what?
bit. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? The cop might have his own man cave. We don't know.
He has a bunker.
Yeah, we don't know. The cop, after saving all these people, probably can go home to his own hidden bunker behind a naturally sealed bookcase in his wall,
Naturally
and he
sealed.
watches the NFL.
Naturally sealed. Let me see if I can do this, because it's probably going to have a commercial. So anyway, my next article is 10 ducklings follow their mom through an elementary school.
So basically, the ducks are going to school.
Basically, the ducks are going to
That's
school.
pretty much it.
I'm pretty sure that it's going to definitely interrupt classes.
Who cares?
Yeah. So before Dwight David Eisenhower,
Dwight David Eisenhower.
Not to be
good
confused-
old double DE.
not to be confused with FDR, since we're
Those
just
very different.
just throwing those out there. Before Dwight David Eisenhower became America's 34th president, he commanded the country's military. At the Minnesota elementary school that bears Ike's name, Mama Duck, who takes her marching orders seriously, is doing him proud and continuing a 20-year tradition.
Yeah.
Do you know how long do ducks live? I don't know. I would think that 20 years got to be a long time for a duck. I mean, to brave the wilds and all the other stuff that comes
A
with it.
duck is 5 to 10 years.
Yeah.
So we're on generation number 3 of ducks.
Well, 2 decades ago, a female mallard decided nesting in the school's enclosed courtyard was a good idea, only she'd made one strategic error. There's no direct access to the pond nearby.
Yep.
As it turns out, the only way to get her fledgling offspring old enough to float but not yet able to fly where they needed to be was to go through the school.
All right.
So she flies into the courtyard, which makes sense. No predators. No predators. Problem is, baby birds, they don't fly.
They don't fly.
They don't fly.
So they cannot fly
Can't
out
fly out,
outside
right.
courtyard.
Someone inside figured that out and opened the door. So this is 20 years ago, okay? To everyone's
Right.
delight, Mama Duck quickly marshaled her feathered brigade and paraded the brood directly through the school corridors to an exit on the pond side of the building. And so an annual rite of passage was born. With an office overlooking the courtyard, library media specialist Jeff Shepard, haha, funny coincidence there.
Well then.
Funny coincidence there. Not to be confused with the shepherd of China that saved 6 people. Enthusiastically volunteers for guard duty as each new batch of baby ducks arrive. And as soon as they're born, I'm like, okay, everyone, stay away. Everyone be careful. Everyone look out. The aptly named shepherd told KARE 11 News. This guy was meant to be a shepherd.
He's just being a shepherd.
I know I feel like I just said this about the cop, but this guy whose last name is Shepherd was meant to be a duck shepherd. I'm just saying.
First off, have you ever heard of a duck shepherd before?
Just this once. Just this once.
All right, so you're
He
so
was
you're-
born for this.
So you're on the same page
This
as
guy
me.
was literally born for this.
Jeff Shepard.
Jeff Shepard.
Not to be confused with Def Leppard. Jeff Shepard.
This year, as odd students and teachers looked on from a respectful distance, Mama Duck led her 10 little troopers from the safety of the nest to the freedom of the big wide world. Like Peep. And it's kind of bittersweet because we love watching them grow up, but this is where they belong, kindergarten teacher Betty Johnson told KARE. The passage of the ducks has become such a beloved ritual at Eisenhower parents Brad and Lori Gilmore created a children's book to commemorate the annual event.
Sure, dude.
Yet, proceeds from their ducks in a row, here we go, will be used to keep the school courtyard in top shape for future generations of the nestlings. And here is, I'll just show a quick little video.
A quick little snippet.
There it is. This is from the news.
COVID.
Yeah.
Is that Betty?
There's the duck.
Not a duck.
Let's get that up.
Hey, look at that plant.
There they
Look at
are.
that tree,
See 'em?
though. There they go.
There they go. They're on the move.
Yeah, there they go. They're into the courtyard.
There they are.
Coming out.
And I'm sure the little duck.
Oh, is that the guy? Is that Shepherd?
That's Shepherd.
That's Shepherd.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
like,
there he is.
stay back.
He's
Stay back.
keeping watch.
Stay back. It would be funny if this guy got attacked by the duck.
It cuts him like, ooh, stop it.
This isn't like the angry Canadian geese. So
Canadian.
there's the book, and I thought there they are. They're
There they are,
going
yep.
through the school.
There they
And there
go.
she is. She's like, back up, everybody. And here comes the shepherd with his
Yep.
video camera.
It's coming along. Just everyone come on through.
Look at
Yep.
that shepherding hand.
And there they go.
There they go.
Through the GoPro footage and everything.
Yay!
Yeah, ducks.
Yay, ducks! We did it.
And out onto the lake.
Yeah. So it was kind of fun. I don't know. It's fun to see 10 little ducks.
10 little ducks following me.
Yeah. I'm not gonna.
Really? What do you think? What do you think? How to? Man, ducks make it really hard to think, huh? Because I'm stuck as well.
I just.
Really can't come up with anything, huh?
I'm just thinking, like, what about the duck left behind?
The ducks fried your brain.
The duck left behind.
The ugly duckling.
There was one. But yeah, no.
That's how she came to be.
So,
that was the ugly duckling.
My favorite part of this whole story is all those kids got to miss their class to line up
and watch a duck.
and watch the ducks go.
You know, I think it'd be great is if instead of all saying there, all the kids just
Yeah.
salute the duck.
The ducks
as
are
they
on the
go
move.
by. Yeah,
What's cool is that she comes back every
Yeah.
year to the courtyard.
the duck has landed.
The duck is landed. The duck is on
Well,
the
no,
move.
apparently, I think they live in. I think the nest is in the courtyard, so they live in the courtyard.
Yeah.
So they come back to the courtyard every single time.
I think they just let them out and they don't come back after they let
They
them out.
gotta come back, right?
I think the ducks like to be in the water, so they nest somewhere else. She just goes there so that while they're protected while they're in their eggs. Yeah. So anyway, my next article is about we seem to like turtles here. I don't know. It's
We
like
do?
it's an ongoing thing.
My brain works about as fast as
Yeah,
one.
I don't know why, but I like turtles. Anyway, this guy here is a 100-year-old tortoise.
He's a Galapagos.
Yeah, yeah. And the cool thing is, his species is extinct.
But he's right there.
I know.
He's right there.
You know the people who are like, I beat
But he's right there.
He's
there.
I beat cancer. This turtle's like, I beat extinction.
This man right here literally just goes, I beat life.
I beat it.
He literally
it.
beat life.
Yeah. So
They think he's dead.
high
He won.
hopes of scientists who found a 100-year-old female giant tortoise,
Oh darn, she beat life. Go Queen.
Ferdinina Island in the Galapagos.
Ferdinand. That's the name of the I thought it was the name of the tortoise.
Yeah, well, her name is similar. So, the on a different story, and this is semi-related, but it's not one of my.
Did you fight another turtle?
Not one of my articles, but I saw that Leonardo DiCaprio donated like $50 million or something to save the Galapagos Islands.
That's why he found the turtle.
Yeah, that's why.
He led the search party.
It should be named after that. So anyway, they've confirmed through genetic test that this species thought to have been extinct more than a century ago is right here. That means beat extinction. Yeah.
Well, that means that our records just suck.
Presumed to be lost for 112 years, the Galapagos Conservancy and the Galapagos National Park Directorate will urgently launch expeditions to find a mate for the female, and I can't
Good
say
luck.
the name. Yeah. Clinoideus Fantasticus.
Not even close.
Fantasticus.
Clinoideus fantasticus.
Yeah. And save the species.
You're
now I feel really bad
fantastic.
because she's like 100 years old.
Yeah, but 100 years old is what, like 20 in turtle?
I don't know. I'm sure she's gonna be like,
What is the average?
I'm too old for this.
Let's figure out what's the average life of a turtle. Lifespan of a turtle. What is the lifespan of turtle? The average
Tortoise.
lifespan of a tortoise?
Well, she's a giant tortoise, so I figured that might be a better.
Tortoise. Tortoise species can live. She's apparently got on average another 50 years.
Oh yeah,
she'll be
still
fine.
young.
She's in like her
Young
mid 40s.
pup,
She'll be
pup.
fine.
So GNN reported on the discovery of the tortoise called Fern in 2019.
Fern Gully.
Yeah. While Yale University began conducting genetic analysis to determine the creature's exact species, researchers had strong suspicions that it was a Fernandina. Fernandina.
Sounds like a spice.
I'll get that right eventually. I felt like I was having a stroke there for a second. So launched the expeditions on the island to look for more members of her species. Soon afterward, park rangers reported sighting scat and tracks on the volcanic slopes, suggesting there could be more turtles around.
Ooh.
If found, any remaining individuals will be immediately transported to the breeding center on Santa Cruz Island, where several species of the giant tortoise have been successfully bred back to stable population levels. One of the greatest mysteries in the Galapagos have been the Fernandina island giant tortoise. Rediscovering this lost species may have occurred just in the nick of time to save it. We now urgently need to complete the search for of the island to find other tortoises, said Dr. James Gibbs, Vice President of Science and Conservation for the Galapagos Conservancy and a tortoise expert at the State University of New York.
That is the longest title I have ever seen in my life. I bet you half of that is self-stated. Half of that is self-stated.
We desperately want to avoid the fate of Lonesome George, said Danny Ruda Cordova, director of the Galapagos National Park Directorate, in a press release. My team from the park and Galapagos Conservancy are planning a series of major expeditions to return to Fernandina Island to search for additional tortoises beginning this September. While one might think we are, what are you waiting for until September? The landscape of Fernandina is dominated by an active volcano and a hard volcanic landscape, making long-term exploration difficult. In fact, a January 2020 eruption delayed the first planned expedition to the island in the aftermath of Fern's discovery. Meanwhile, the Galapagos Conservancy have set up a fundraiser for 3 separate expeditions to the island equipped with tortoise veterinarians and helicopters to scout from the air and transport any tortoises they find back to the breeding center. The previous president of the Galapagos Conservancy, Joanna Berry, last year admitted to GNN that the old female was thought to be Fernandina's tortoise just because she was found there, but doubts remain because sailors in the 19th and 20th centuries often moved tortoises around. It's kind of weird. You just pick up a tortoise and like move it from island to island.
So the name sounded familiar, so
yeah.
I went and looked him up. I know who Lonesome George is.
Yeah, I do too. That's why I didn't put it in the thing.
Do you guys know who Lonesome George is? Do we tell them who Lonesome George is?
No, this is a good news program.
But Lonesome George.
Yeah, good news.
He's such a sad man.
I know. Good news. Good news.
Lonesome George.
We do it that way. So,
George. Poor George.
Poor George. So the I wonder how, but it's a big turtle. I wonder how much they weigh.
Well, how much does whatever the heck it was called weigh?
Fernandina tortoise.
Fernandina.
I think like just giant tortoise will probably do, because
Fernandina giant tortoise.
Who is what's his name? He's like a actor and now he's a director. He has a giant tortoise. I can't think of his name. Anyway, it runs around his office, and it'll live to be like 150 years too, and long after we all go.
Yeah, so males are larger than females, naturally. The adult male of this tortoise weighs about 272 to 317 kilograms on average, which, to put that in perspective, is 600 to 700 pounds, while females are known to weigh 300 to 400 pounds.
Wow. Yeah, you definitely need a helicopter.
Males are pretty hefty.
What's kind of neat is, imagine taking your tortoise for a walk.
Yeah.
And they're like, nah.
No, I don't want to.
Fine,
It's like,
buddy, I'll just pick you up and carry you.
Yeah. Just take. You want to go for a walk? No, but we need to go for a walk. Well, I'm not going. Well, you're gonna go. What are you gonna do? Move me?
Yeah.
You're gonna lug 600 pounds around? Could you imagine? Another thing about that is
Clint Eastwood is who I was thinking of. Clint Eastwood has a giant tortoise.
Yeah, probably. So something I was thinking about was like, you gotta have, like, if you have a giant tortoise as a pet, how strong do your floors have to be to hold up just a constant like 600 pounds?
I don't think it. I mean, there are people who can weigh that much. Plus, you got like a piano that sits in your living room. I mean,
Yeah,
that
but
weighs
like,
more than 600 pounds.
I wonder if but floors can only take so much weight.
Well, yeah. Hopefully, it's built correctly.
The tortoise takes out the house. My tortoise took out my foundation.
All right, go outside, buddy.
Yeah.
It's probably not something.
He steps outside in the whole house. You can see it physically raise
a
up.
600-pound tortoise probably can't fit through the door.
I'd imagine you could probably, like maybe a sliding glass door.
Plus, I think that you just leave it outside. I mean, it's been around a
Actually, even
volcano.
outside. It's in around a volcano, exactly. He's super hot. You got to get him in the cool.
A volcano tortoise.
Volcano tortoise, a black and red tortoise.
This is like one of those dragons that you see in the Chinese thing where they're like dragon turtles.
Okay, well, yeah, that's close.
Yeah,
close enough.
I think that's what we're looking for.
Close enough.
So the opposite of volcanoes.
Yeah, ice?
Yeah, the opposite of volcanoes.
The opposite of volcano is Antarctica.
You know what? When you're wandering around an active volcano island, you know what you need? A nice glass of water.
What?
Nice glass of water.
What?
And oddly enough, my next article is about just that. A nice glass of water.
Yes. When I'm wandering around an active volcano in the 400 degrees Celsius heat, the only thing I think of, I would love an ice cold water bottle right now.
Ice Mountain. You were going to say Ice Mountain.
Yeah, but branding.
So anyway, a new technology is harvesting air conditioning condensation. And they say it could replace cities' potable water use.
Potable.
So you have a dehumidifier, right?
Yes.
How often, if that wasn't on the pump, how often do you think that thing would fill up with water?
If I left it constantly running, probably once every 1 to 2 days, maybe.
Constantly running? You don't think you'd change it out daily?
No, like at the most, I'd say every 1 to 2 days it would fill up.
So that's pulling from like a single room in your house, right?
Pulls basically from an entire floor.
And that holds up a gallon of water?
Yeah, I think it's 3 gallons.
Okay. So in this article here, I'll put a picture. There's just condensation units for air conditioners. So while looking for ways to make homes and offices more efficient, building managers have realized that something as seemingly insignificant as water droplets from the underside of air conditioning units have the potential to quench the thirst of thousands.
California.
Yeah. While the drips don't seem like much, they really add up. Microsoft reports that their 46,000 square foot meter offices in Herzliya, Israel, collects 3 million liters of condensate condensate from air conditioners annually, which it uses to irrigate the campus flora and cool the building. This equates to the entire annual indoor and outdoor water needs of at least 2 family homes. In the U.S., a campus building at Rice University, Houston, has an AC unit that generates 15 gallons of condensate per minute. Per minute.
First
15
off,
gallons of water
15 gallons.
that gets condensated
minute.
from there. It sucks all the moisture out of the air.
How moist
Yeah.
is your building?
Well, this is in Houston. It's hot and humid down there. Hot and humid.
I don't think I didn't think it was that hot and humid.
Well, you got to figure that these buildings have computers and stuff. They keep it pretty
Yeah.
cool. So they figure they can generate 12 million gallons annually.
Which is more than Microsoft.
Yeah. Grasping this potential, municipal governments and eco-conscious offices around the United States are experimenting with different ways of utilizing a resource which for many years has served only to drip down the walls of buildings, giving them a dirty, run-down appearance. It's not the hardest challenge since condensation is a process that's quite easy to control and predict. For example, if the surface on which condensation is taking place is uneven, the water will always run to the narrowest point before gathering enough mass to fall. Positioning a cistern or a channel under that point is essentially the only major step required. Or adding a water pump if one needs to send the water uphill. Furthermore, many AC units will come with rubber condensate disposal piping, which drains the moisture into a specific location, such as a yard. In Austin, Texas, a place that is both parched and forward-thinking, the City Council approved an incentive program that will offer large building managers money if they can reuse their air conditioning condensate, gray water, or rainwater for on-site non-potable needs. Bloomberg reports that between 2 buildings, the 56-story Austinian residential skyscraper and the Austin Central Library, their water recycling methods saved the city 362,000 gallons of water per year.
That's a lot of water.
That's a lot of water.
I feel like I drink that much in a day.
Yeah. Systems that go farther than that save 1 million gallons of potable water are eligible to receive $250,000 in funding, doubling to $500,000 if the system can save the city 3 million gallons. Another hot and arid city, Tuscan, is demonstrating the use of these water conserving systems. The College of Architecture, Planning, and Landscape Architecture at the University of Arizona uses 100% recycled water in their Sonoran Landscape Laboratory. Situated on what used to be 1.2 acres of parking lot, this miniature piece of the Sonoran Desert uses 95,000 gallons of water, all collected from air conditioning condensate for the irrigation of desert gardens in continuously topping up a pond where local wildlife can drink. Other non-potable water irrigation features like roof runoff, drinking fountain gray water, and backwash from sand filter, along with the HVAC condensate, will save an estimated 230 gallons of potable water there per year.
That's a lot of water.
Yeah. There are several online guides for how to build your own recycling system or the basic principles of harvesting your own AC condensate if you live in a dry climate and want to take advantage of this techno blessing.
Techno blessing.
I didn't think about posting a link here, so I didn't have one ready. But if you guys are looking for one, send me a message. Here is our link to Discord. Send me a message there, and I will send one to you. Welcome back 2020 and feet, by the way. I see you on there.
Yeah, feet.
Yeah.
Let's go feet.
So,
Good man.
it's pretty, that's the last picture I got. It's pretty, it was like mind-boggling to see. So I would think that if you ran it constantly, you would probably produce more than a gallon a day, I would think,
I don't know.
if it ran continuously.
Maybe during the summer, but not. I don't know about during the winter.
Well, wintertime, it's not so
Yeah.
much because it's not like humid or whatever.
Because
But
that's when we mainly ran
if you
it.
think like a whole house AC unit, you've got at least a couple gallons a day.
If the
of
house
water.
floods, we're going to be generating easily 3 gallons a day.
So the Israelis, another article that I saw, and this is way too old though, they have like the technology to filter salt, like seawater, into fresh drinking water. So you get like a good filter system. You can actually take that water filtered and, it'd be like drinking Ice Mountain. Free water.
Unfortunately,
I don't like free water.
No, unfortunately, I don't live anywhere near the ocean, and I can't run a pipe all the halfway across America.
I'm just saying that you can filter the water into drinking water.
So I could run a secret pipeline to one of the Great Lakes. Just a straw.
Well, okay, I've got a couple minutes left. I'm going to run through this. If you would like to filter ocean water,
okay,
have I got an article for you?
Yeah. Yeah.
So my next article.
Run it by me.
My next article. This island paradise was created for digital nomads.
So it's a normal. So it's basically a normal resort.
It's a village with free Wi-Fi and workspace for anybody who wants to wander and join them. There's kind of a catch.
How much does it cost?
There's a caveat. So anyway,
here's the catch.
Okay, so
$700,000.
Yeah. So winner of Europe's leading island destination award for 5 years running, the Portuguese island of Madeira is looking to capitalize on the rise in number of unique kind of travelers, digital nomads. Basically, well, anyway, by building a town entirely specialized for their residency. While COVID-19 has forced millions of workers into the telecommuting space, when they got there, they found the sphere was already inhabited by Anthony Bourdain type people who travel year round and work from their computers. I poked my eye and then I suddenly couldn't read.
Yeah, that's what my dad does. My dad travels, but all his work is on his computers.
Yeah. So realizing this market was goosed by the rise in telecommuting and that the staggering beauty of the island would be deeply appealing to digital nomads, Madeira has created Digital Nomad Village, a place with fast internet, exclusive hotel property, community events, and free office space. That's like perfect.
Yeah.
Beautiful island, nice temperature, tons of seawater to filter for drinking, free Wi-Fi. When you're nomading it, right? When you're out and you're living on the land and you're moving from place to place.
Yeah, could be in a good old Christmas
And
canvas.
it's kind of like when you go on a camping trip with the ladies. You want to rough it on the land with air conditioning and microwave and curling irons and all of that stuff. You know what I mean? This is roughing it with Wi-Fi. So anyway, it's situated in tranquil Ponta do Sol on the south coast with views out to the Atlantic and a short drive from the capital of Funchal. Launched in February, the pilot program for the village will run until the end of June. Madeira Islands have the perfect conditions to attract digital nomads with its natural beauty, activities in nature, culture, and fantastic weather conditions throughout the year-round. Beautiful
Year-round, fantastic weather conditions.
That's what their website says.
All right.
There was an urgent need to create an integrated strategy to attract this market in order to make Madeira also known as one of the best places in the world to work remotely.
Yeah.
This concept is being launched in partnership with the government of Madeira, Startup Madeira, and acclaimed digital nomad Goncalo Hall, hosting up to 100 nomads at once, or at one time. Residents must commit to staying there for at least a month. That's the trick. You say, I'm going to stay there for at least a month. They'll give you free Wi-Fi, free office space, and all the smiles that you can take.
I can stay there for a month.
I could stay there for a month.
No
Easy.
problem.
Easy.
I don't have to get any work
Stay
done.
there long enough to see the ducks march through.
Yeah, I've got plenty of things to keep me occupied.
Stream our
for
show
month.
once a week.
Yeah.
Play video games.
We can have a nice tropical backdrop.
Yeah.
Easy.
So Europe's island travel market is fiercely competitive with locations such as Azores and their volcanoes, Sicily with its food and culture, the Greek islands with their long history, and Cyprus all battling for market share every holiday season. Madeira has nevertheless been considered as the best island destination in Europe for years. On the same latitude as Casablanca, the Portuguese outpost is home to scenery that's both rugged and gentle, and more like the Caribbean than anywhere else on the continent, with warm seas always close by, the rich volcanic soil, mountainous terrain, and forests covering 20% of the main island serve to cloak much of Madeira in natural beauty. The forests of Madeira are unlike anything on Earth. Laura Sylvia, or Laurel Forest, is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and an outstanding relic of the previous widespread type of forest that covered much of southern Europe 15 to 40 million years ago. Now, however, this type of forest with 79 unique species of vascular plant is found only on the Canary Islands, the Azores, and Madeira. Madeira was referred to as the most enviable island on Earth by author H.N. Coleridge in the 19th century, and now, if you're a digital nomad, you can live and work there today.
So some guy 200 years ago said this is the
this
most
is the hot
enviable
spot.
island on Earth. This is the
it.
epitome. This is
is
as
it.
best as we get.
Yeah, and he would have been able to tweet it if they had free Wi-Fi back then, but
No.
he had to write it out.
No.
And send it the long way.
Just write it.
Send it the long way.
Leave it like that.
So, yeah, a little bit of water there for you. New place to live and work and enjoy life. Turtles and ducks and cops and shepherds. I mean, we had it all today. We had it all.
Pretty much.
We had it all.
I think we covered all our bases.
Yeah, I think so. So, thanks for watching. Hopefully we'll see you next week. I'm not sure if we have a Tuesday show or not, but for sure Wednesday we'll be starting a whole new game. We forgot to do a drawing, which I ended up doing last week after the show. We only had like one person that was chatting, and when they come back on the show, they'll chit-chat about the money that they won. We did follow through with that.
All right, good.
Yeah. And next Wednesday we'll be starting a game. You want to give us a preview, or you want to keep it a surprise?
Surprise.
Keep it a surprise.
Surprise.
Next Thursday, 4 p.m. We'll be back here for the good news. We hope you have a great holiday weekend for all you Americans out there, and for all you non-Americans, we hope you have a great weekend. That's not a holiday.
Yeah, right?
A great non-holiday weekend.
Yeah, just normal, regular, everyday weekend.
Yeah. Enjoy the sun, enjoy the rain, enjoy it all. Have a good day.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.